This is going to be a Lionsgate reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies surrounding the 8-8 portal. Now, Lionsgate is not just about August 8th. The portal has actually been open since the end of July and will continue for the next little while. But essentially, this physically occurs when the sun in Leo aligns with the Sirius star, Orion's belt, and Earth. So that's why 8-8 specifically is so important. It's basically the highest point of manifestation at this time. It's basically an astrologer's dream. Now, this is where you are opening up the energies from the spiritual world all the way to the tangible. And so this is asking you a lot of questions about who you want to be, where you want to go, what do you want to do, and to recognize that anything is possible. Basically, we just have to take the steps. So that being said, let's take a look at these energies. 8-8, and then 2024 equals an 8. So here we are, 8-8-8, amplified energy. Let's take a look at some overall themes or messages. And we have here ease and grace. Look at this going with the flow. Okay, we want everything to be easy. We want to manifest good things. We don't want to get in our own way. We want to know that anything can happen. Like I said, anything is possible, and to be open, right? And I think that's the toughest thing for a lot of people. It's how to truly be open. Now, let's take a look at some other energies here. And we have joyous fun. You know, Leo energy is very passionate, but it's also very playful in my opinion. I always find that Leos love to have a good time. They're friendly. They have a great sense of humor. They enjoy music. Maybe this is going to a carnival, an amusement park, or a concert, whatever that is. This is about spending time at ease. So I think for Lionsgate Portal, that is some great advice to take things easy. Now with that, let's see what else we need to know. Action leads to success. And you know what? I couldn't have said that any better, because I just asked you, who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You know, I don't want to make anybody feel anxious, but it does kind of feel like we're getting towards the end of the year. I mean, where did the first 8 months go? Right? I remember when we were asking these questions back in December and January with the new year, saying, what do we want for 2024? Well, now it kind of feels like we're at the point of tying up the loose ends, or ensuring that we've addressed the things that we need to address, because it's time, right? So action does lead to success. I want you to have a balance of ease and fun, but at the same time, take action by sparking new energy. And new energy does mean laughing, having a good time, going out with people, doing new things, new hobbies, new experiences, whatever that may be. It could even be brainstorming new business ideas or career changes, or being open to love, you know, dating more, or even just putting yourself out there. So I love that energy for now. Let's take it, put it to the side. We can always go back to these cards a little bit later. But what I would like to do is I would like to look at the spiritual, the tangible, and then the next steps. So let's take a look spiritually, what you need to know in regards to the Lionsgate portal. So here we have the Emperor, and I can't make this up because I just talked about taking some steps, right? Action leads to success. Well, there's the Emperor. So this is the deer mouse, and it says structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. So maybe this is something about your career where you're debating how to move to the next level. It doesn't have to necessarily be career. It could also be a relationship where you want to do things for yourself, better yourself, as in self-development, self-care, so that you can attract new energy, right? Makes sense. You have so much to offer, right? And with that energy, we have here the Two of Water, the Two of Cups. Funny that I mentioned relationship, because we got the lovebirds. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. You know, my view of relationships, especially when they're going through difficult times, is that two people really need to be on the same page in order to make something work. You know, if one person is checked out, it's very hard to get back on track. So this is about I bring my best, you bring your best, and make a go of it. So maybe there's some moves that need to be made even on a relationship level. Now let's see what else spiritually. The Nine of Air. Okay, so Nine of Air is the Nine of Swords, and that's all about worry and anxiety. So spiritually, you might be worried about what's next. You know, this card actually says your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. You know, this is the thing about manifestation in general, because if the Lionsgate portal is one of the best days, we say, for manifestation, what is it that gets in people's way? I think there are some misconceptions about what manifestation is. People often think that if they just say they want something, that they can just lean back and wait for it to come. And you know how I feel about the word waiting. I don't believe we should ever wait on anything. Trusting the process means we live our life, we do what we have to do, and we let things unfold naturally. So just to reiterate, patience is not waiting. Patience means you're going to allow things to come to you naturally without trying to control the outcome. And I think we get on our way subconsciously with manifestation by not truly believing that we are deserving of the good stuff. Our words have to match our energy. We have to find ways to spark new things. And that's why I keep saying, go have fun. Go do things that bring you joy and excitement. Be around your friends. Put yourself out there in the dating world, whatever that may be. New experiences leads to new energies, new connections in your brain, which in turn can bring you things that you would like to manifest. But it doesn't happen by just sitting back and doing nothing, right? Even the smallest of steps can bring abundance to our life. So let's take a look at another message here. And we have the 10 of Fire, the 10 of Wands. Okay, that's the energy of feeling mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally exhausted. And maybe that's why some of you need to engage in some fun or joyful activities. Now, I've been saying a lot lately in my online lives that if you're feeling very exhausted beyond sleep, as in like maybe you feel like you've been sleeping a lot and you're still tired, maybe it's because you're overgiving, overdoing, and problem solving and being everything to everyone, which in turn means masculine energy. So if you're feeling like you need to take a break or go on a vacation or do something that is good for the soul, by all means do it. This energy is encouraging you to make moves, be open to love, stop worrying about the outcome, and put down the burdens, right? If you keep loading the burdens on yourself, they're going to continue to mount. Now, this is a Saint Bernard dog energy, and it says, you're working far too hard, and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and enjoy life. Let's take some oracle cards here just to clarify before we move on to the tangible. So these are the spiritual messages that are coming to you now. And we have the Whip. Look at this. The Whip is telling you, get a move on. If you're engaging in any arguments, you know, fighting, there's tension, or you're doing something over and over and over again without a different result, then it's time to make a move, okay? We don't want any repetitive energy. Now that 2 of Water or 2 of Cups with the lovebirds, the fox is telling you to look out for yourself, okay? So in other words, put yourself first. If you do feel like something's not right in love, that's okay. We've all been there. You move on and see what's next. So let's put that down. Let's get to the worry and anxieties we have here. And the Phoenix, you're rising from the ashes. There's a death and a rebirth, a total transformation and change. This is a time to renew yourself. And like I said, have some fun. And with that 10 of Fire, look, there's the catalyst, the bellows here. This is about ignition, okay? A spark. And it's basically telling you, let go of this old energy and let a new spark come in for you. Because if you're doing the same old and expecting different results, like I said earlier, you're not going to find what you're looking for. Now, let's take a look at what you need to know tangibly. So if we follow this advice here, let's see what will be reflected in our day-to-day tangible life. And we have the High Priestess. Look at this beautiful owl here that's delivering a message. This is also wisdom and knowledge. And there's that butterfly with transformation. And when I'm looking at this, I see that new moon energy here as well. We just had a new moon in Leo. So the owl says this is a time to pause and reflect, not to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. So here's what's happening. And I just want to point something out to you. Spiritually, we're getting a nudge from the universe where it says take action and make a move. And some of you might be saying, well, hold on a second. Why in my tangible life or my day-to-day is it telling me, okay, pause and reflect and not to take action? I'm going to tell you why. Because the High Priestess is about signs and synchronicities. The difficulty that we have is sometimes when we're trying to make moves, we get random signs and synchronicities that reflect our past that test us. That's why every time you want to move on from somebody that you love deeply or that you were in a connection with, they come right back around, or you see their name everywhere, you see their birthday everywhere. And that's why I made the video about angel numbers possibly holding you back. Angel numbers, in my opinion, are all about pushing you forward, telling you you're on the right track. If you're seeing angel numbers and you're attributing them to someone's birthday or a specific person in whatever way, you do, I would say, ask yourself, do those numbers or those signs or those synchronicities hold you back or push you forward? So I actually feel like a lot of you have been experiencing a bit of driving with your foot on the brake, and you've heard me use this expression many times, where it's like you want to move forward and then all of a sudden, you step on the brake. So I do love the High Priestess energy. I do understand that this is a time to pause and reflect, but that doesn't mean we stay stuck in that reflection or that overthinking, because to me, that's the anxiety. So I do believe we need to take action, but we need to do it in a way that sparks new energy and not pulls us backwards. It does say trust in your spiritual gifts as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. You've got to trust yourself. Your words have to match your energy. You have to believe that you can push yourself forward. Now, with that, tangibly, we have here, King of Fire. Look at the lion. You can't even make this up. Lion's Gate. It says on this card, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Twice we've had this. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful so long as you stay focused upon the big picture. Understand that we need to think objectively versus subjectively. And what that means is we look at the bigger picture. We don't just look at what suits us. We have to look at all the things that could be going on around us and how they affect us. Now, that doesn't mean you make decisions based on everybody else or what they're doing. My point is that whenever you're in a moment where you're like, why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you, and it's happening for a reason. Okay, so let's take a look at what else we need to know. I find it amazing that we got the lion during Lionsgate reading. And there's the Two of Fire, the pelican. Two of Fire, the Two of Wands, is about leaving your comfort zone, making a decision to leave your comfort zone. In this card deck, it says, I got a kitty cat that wants to join us right now as I'm about to read this, and I appreciate her care. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. This is interesting because it's actually telling you to collaborate, co-create, leave your comfort zone, be as creative as you possibly can. And this is what I was talking about in regards to sparking new energy in your life. So, it's interesting. I just noticed that the whip card at the very top left there is an 11 card. The bellows card at the top right is a number 33. And the high priestess is a 2. And we have the Two of Fire. So we literally have 11, 22, 33. And those are beautiful angel numbers. But again, what they're here to tell us is that we're on our way up. That's why when you see, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, you're on your way up. It's basically like a staircase. Now let's take a look at another card here for the tangible. And we have the Seven of Earth. And the Seven of Earth is the Seven of Pentacles, which says the seed is planted. It's not going to harvest overnight. It will in due time, but we have to be mindful of the worry and anxiety to push things forward quickly. The planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in the planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in. Okay, the way it reads on this card, maybe it's Mercury retrograde. So the planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. So again, patience is not waiting. Patience is trusting the process. It's allowing things to move forward and let it align the way it's supposed to. Now let's take a look at the oracle cards to see tangibly what we need to know. So about that High Priestess, yes, spring into action. Here's my point. I think that the High Priestess card was essentially telling us, especially in this specific description, that we're going to be tested. Are we in the old? Are we in the new? And I know I say that every single day, but it's true. No matter what's going on in your life, you have to ask yourself, would you do the same thing that you used to do? I can say from experience, I would not. I'm definitely in the new. Now that King of Fire energy, we have the Stallion, which says break free, unleash the inner beast. You might be feeling some very strong emotions, but that must be your desire or your driving force to make a move. Now the Two of Fire, which we talked about leaving your comfort zone, it's basically telling you to show your resiliency, to lift yourself out of negativity, to feel lighter. Like I said, enjoy yourself. We talked about that earlier. Be creative. Spark new energies or connections in the brain. And the Cow energy that we just talked about with the Seven of Earth or Seven of Pentacles about, the planning and the harvesting taking time. The House is about home and belonging, right? And boundaries. And the thing is that boundaries don't happen overnight, okay? So let's take a look at what could be some next steps in regards to the Lionsgate portal, because as a quick recap, spiritually, we talked about the fact that we've got to make some moves. Life, career, love, always putting ourselves first. Stop worrying about the things we can't control. Allow the shift to happen and the ignition of something new, putting down those burdens. So therefore, in your tangible, everyday life, you're going to be tested, but this is telling you to spring into action. Nurture the energy with creativity, ambition, unleashing the inner beast, freeing yourself from what used to be, enjoying the present moment, being creative, leaving that comfort zone, but trusting the process and making boundaries as you go. Now, the next steps going forward from 8-8 or 888 in this case, let's see. 3 of Water, the Hummingbird. We're getting double messages here. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. 3 of Water or 3 of Cups is a card of celebration. I love that energy for our next steps. We want to celebrate. We want the abundance. The 8 of Fire, this is manifestation. Look at those bees hard at work. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that you have received. So this is another message that actually I didn't mention earlier about Lionsgate. It's telling you to be grateful for what you've experienced. I always say, take what you've learned from the past, apply it to the present so you can have a better future. So this is saying you've got wonderful opportunities coming your way. And with that, we have here Awakening. Now, that I believe is considered the Hanged Man card. And the Hanged Man card actually will support 2 of the things that came up earlier with that High Priestess card. One meaning pause and reflect. It's okay sometimes to stop what you're doing in order to gain some clarity. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't stay stuck in that energy forever. You do have to make those moves. Once you have that clarity or that knowledge or that wisdom, you've got to implement it. So the giraffe here is telling you, look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. Keyword, temporarily. Okay? We can't keep ourselves with walls. Boundaries are the key. So that being said, let me grab some oracle cards here for that last little bit of guidance. The hummingbird, see the magician, Mercury. Communicate. Manifest the things that you want. Speak into existence. Now, these two cards are considered manifestation cards. Eight of Fire, Mercury, or the Magician. It means you have all the tools to make it happen. And look, there's the victory. Beautiful. The trophy is yours. And the giraffe, here's the crow, number 22. Again, memories. You might be feeling a little nostalgic, and it's almost like you're looking over your shoulder one last time before you go into something new. It's almost like revisiting the past in order to understand where you're headed. So there's a remembering, yes, but there's also a mystery and a magical power that's telling you something new is coming your way. It's actually a really nice omen. I really hope that this resonates with you. As always, thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscribes. It really means the world to me. Please let me know if this reading resonated with you in the comments. I would love to know your word of the day on this Lionsgate portal. Thank you again, and I wish you an amazing day.